Hey friends, welcome back to Trendy DIY 29. I'm back with another video. Please excuse my voice. I don't know what happened. I just woke up this way. But there's a lot going on in the garden. Please excuse it because I was going to try to straighten it up and make it look pretty and everything. But I was like, you know what? This is part of gardening life. Sometimes you get behind. So we're going to take a look at what's growing, and I have to do a quick harvest. Yes, some things have died. Some things need to be pruned. I just haven't got around to it. I just wanted to film this video real quick for you guys. So I hope that you guys enjoy. And I'm just going to go through it real quick because I'm running out of sunlight. But over here, these are the Thornburn terracottas. As you can see, this dead piece is not... this dead piece is a part of this plant that died, which was my black creme. I have no idea what happened. It died. But these are the Thornburn terracotta. As you can tell, they look like they need some plant food soon because they're supposed to get larger than that. Over here, I have the white cherries. If you guys can see, the white cherries are in there. Gotta go ahead and pick those. These, I believe, are the either black cherry or purple bumblebee. But look how beautiful those are, guys. You can see that's another Thornburn terracotta. Right here is this is a purple bell, and as you guys can see, it's starting to put on flowers. I'm really excited. A new addition to the garden, guys. I have a few. I went to a plant nursery. This is called prostrate rosemary, and I love how it grows, like hangs out. It's very, very aesthetically pleasing. I have not cooked with it yet, so I cannot tell you guys if there's a flavor difference, but this is the picture. I thought that was just absolutely beautiful how it hangs down. So prostrate rosemary. I have a Gelbert English or custard squash. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys to see it. But there's one on there right there. I have a Space Master cuke. And I have some White Wonder cucumbers right here that just sprouted. I'm going to have to trim some of this back so they can get some more sunlight. Over here, I have a cayenne pepper, as you guys can see. It's coming on beautifully, covered in cayennes. And look at all of these tomatoes, guys. It's like literally growing over my balcony, so I'm going to have to be careful to try to get all of those. These are the Marconis. Now, I did 3 peppers in here, but there were 2 cabbages that I didn't have the heart to rip out. And I feel like the containers, you guys can see, may not be big enough. So my Marconis are already turning red, and they are nowhere near as big as they can get. So I'm going to start to feed them more often since there's so much going on. But as you guys can see, the Marconis are super freaking productive. In the back, I have the Shishitos. I've heard great things about these, and they're prolific, man. It's Shishitos, guys, all the way through here. Then I have a Cubanelle. Now, the Cubanelle to me is the slowest one out of all of them, but it's also the biggest one, if you guys can see how tall that is. If you guys look really closely, some Cubanelles are starting to come in. And this is the cabbage I didn't have the heart to throw out, and it's getting massive. And oh my gosh, guys, this bed is just insane. If you guys can't see, this is my cantaloupe, and it's literally going over my porch. It's just taken over everything. And down in here, there is a Cocozelle squash right here, but I'm going to have to figure something out because it's getting shaded out by the other plants. So the Cocozelle and this monstrosity of a cantaloupe I've got to deal with, but I do have cantaloupes, guys. I'm looking for one. I just saw it the other day, but there goes one right there. There's a larger one down here. There's one right there, guys. So I do have cantaloupes. These are just like ready to be picked. I'll probably pick these for dinner tonight, but these are the ox hearts, and as you guys can see, I have a lot of splitting going on, so this will just probably just be blended up into a pasta sauce. Over here, beautiful, I have the rainforest chilies, guys. Look how they're growing. There's just so many of them. They're freaking everywhere, and this was by far the first pepper to produce, and it seems like the most prolific. And guys, I actually do have a Cubanelle. I just found some. They're over there. This is what happens when you're planting on a porch. Stuff just gets everywhere. And there's another squash, guys, right here. A yellow crookneck. And believe it or not, the stem, I snapped it in half by accident. And I just said I'm not going to touch it. And it grew and it's starting to root in the ground. So now you know. If your plant doesn't break 100%, leave it there, throw a little bit of dirt on it, and it may recover, because I was going to replant it and I didn't have to. Moving on to here, guys, finally, I have the lettuce leaf basil. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Basil leaves this big is insane. This would be really good for like a lettuce wrap, a chicken salad wrap, something like that. These are all of my grocery store green onions, guys, that I grew in my herb bed. There's just so much. There's even one that went to flower. So I might be planting these, but this is just the green onion from the grocery store. My thyme died or got eaten, one or the other. So I put in some pineapple mint for tea. I have some regular rosemary. I have a little bit of lemon balm. More lemon balm. I just keep pinching the lemon balm because I'm trying to let it grow out. These are the Jester marigolds. They're just starting to open, but there's really nothing to show yet. These are the long purple eggplant. There's definitely some rustiness going on in here, but it's freaking loaded, guys. Loaded. We had a bad storm the other night, so this fell over, and thank God it did not destroy it, but you guys can see that it is loaded with eggplants. My Alaska jewel nasturtium still has not flowered. It's struggling. I've learned nasturtiums really do need sunlight, guys. I've tried to grow it in a green stalk with not that much sunlight, and it just won't last. My little bin that had my onions and everything, it was just so hot. The onions died, the garlic died, and there's like a few tomatoes struggling that I might up pot. Over here was just the panic zone of where I don't know where to put them. This was a rescue plant. As you guys can see, when I got it, it was green, and now I have yellow bell peppers, and this is just a yellow bell pepper plant, but this has to find a home because, as you guys can see, it is producing another. This is the very first cucumber. I'm trying to get the cucumber to grow up, grab onto these railings so that the cucumbers can grow across. Not sure if that's going to happen, but there's one weird one back here. If you guys can see, I'll probably pick that, but it's weird looking because of the heat. The okra is really, really shaded, so it's not really growing that well. Ruby red Swiss chard is absolutely beautiful. Over here is the purple boy globes. They've definitely seen better days. They're completely overripe, so I'll probably be making a salsa or something. And I see a little bit of sun scald, so I might have to move these. This is I believe, a crookneck squash. These are some beans that I rescued from my local Home Depot, and they're getting very rusty. They're getting bean rust. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to have to do for that. And this tomato is just growing insane out of the green stalk, but just wanted you guys to see what was in here. There's another cucumber back there. Not sure the variety. This is another Cubanelle struggling for light. This is a golden bell. struggling for light. So the ones that are not getting that much light, as you guys can see, are growing way smaller. And then I have some, what is this? Because I see some peppers right here, guys. Fresh Bites orange pepper. So this is going to be like a little lunchbox pepper. And if you guys can see, it's already starting to blush orange on the bottom. So that'll be fun. And then there's just some kale that's just randomly growing there. And I'm just going to let it. No big deal. Moving on to the green stalk, guys. Did not have the heart to pull my cabbage out. And it's been super hot. But guys, look at this. This cabbage. I mean, not cabbage. This is broccoli. A smaller variety, supposedly. But goddamn. I believe this is broccoli DeCiccio. And it's holding up well in the heat. I don't see really any heads forming. But broccoli, you can eat the leaves. Over here, I have some more shishito peppers. Like I said, all of this green stalk has to be trimmed down, but the shishito peppers, guys. Then I have over here, these are one of my favorite. These are the kerbachis, and as you guys can see, they grow so fun. Like, they grow swirly like this. There's one that's turning orange. Right there. They're very prolific. There's another one growing. Kerbachis. Spin this thing around. It's getting dangerous to spin this thing now because it's clipping stuff. I have a eggplant. I believe that this is a Chinese eggplant. So there goes one right there. And underneath of it, this is a long purple eggplant. Since it's lower, it's still getting a small start. But I should be able to get some. Here goes a ripened lunchbox pepper. Orange lunchbox. These are just some more herbs I have to place. Stevia that I rescued from a clearance rack. Some spearmint that I rescued. And I thought this was just pretty. Variegated peppermint. Just something different that I rescued. I just haven't planted them yet. I just keep them moist. Over here, I have all my carrots. They're probably ready to be harvested. The carrots are one of those vegetables that you can leave in the ground until you're ready to use them. Bean rust again. So these beans need to come out. Something else will get planted there. And it's like these plants are like wanting to stay together and they're not on the same green stalk. Okay, back. So these are going to get pulled out. Over here, this was another stevia. I don't think it's going to survive, but who knows? I'll just plant it anyway. This is some lemon basil that I got. Really, really good. I've been plucking it off every week at the top, and it's bushed out greatly. Over here, this is a, I want to say an English or custard squash, guys. And if you look down here, there's one right there. Look at it. It's so beautiful. More eggplants out the side, guys. This thing is loaded. This is my Rosita eggplant. It's just starting to put on flowers. I'm not sure what's going on, but if you guys can see, there are some flowers up there. So I'm just waiting for that. Banana peppers coming in. I've already harvested a lot of beans. The beans literally, guys, are dying off now. So all these beans need to come out. The kale is just really, really, really healthy. But it's just growing really freaking weird because it was leggy. And when you grow leggy plants, the base of them, when they're weird like that, they're going to stay like that even when they get bigger. So just know that. So I've been staking them. More carrots down there. Sorry, I'm moving this camera around. This is a Better Bell that I also got from the nursery. It's dealing with a little bit of an indentation, not sure why. I have some more Swiss chard down here. Over here, guys, this is a white scallop squash. It fell during the storm, so I got scared and I just left it there. So let me see if I can get through. This is how tight my garden is because now I've gotten so much more plants and now everything's big. So I always think about what your plants are going to look like when they grow. So this is the scallop squash, guys, and I believe there goes one on there. A few of them on there, but I'm going to have to find this a better home. But look at that. And that's the white scallop squash. These are just more beans that are rusted. More kale. More corbachis. They're everywhere, the corbachis are. And they freeze really, really well. I found you really don't need to blanch and all of that. But there's a ton of these peppers, guys. Everywhere. More broccoli. These are the marigolds. The flowers don't get as big because they're not getting as much sun, but they're getting some rust on them. And as you guys can see, a lot of blossom end rot is going on with this one. And I think because this one was in full sun, it dried out a lot and it just was not getting the best care and conditions. And this is just an overall of my porch, guys. I know it's a lot, but I will be making sure to post more videos once I get everything looking good. I just wanted to do this before I harvested stuff. And this is a tomato bin, and it's doing very well. Once again, Barry's Crazy Cherries died. I don't know what it is. I cannot seem to keep Barry's Crazy Cherries alive. And that's what all this dead stuff down there is. That's the whole plant. It just died. But better news, the aromas are doing amazing. I need to trim some of this dead. When your tomato plant looks like this, don't panic. Because if it's dying from the bottom, that is completely normal. It's killing off leaves in order to put on more. That's it. So I have all of these aromas coming on. I have these are Red Pride Bush hybrids. So they're supposed to put on a lot of their tomatoes and they're not supposed to get as big. And look how beautiful that cluster is, guys. That's just beautiful. Down here, I have some parsley, which did not bolt, but it's not growing like a lot. Like this parsley has been in here, people, for a minute. And I expected it to, you know, grow a whole bunch by now, and it has not. So there's, I believe, 2 Romas in here. There's a Red Pride Bush. And I believe there was a Barry's Crazy Cherry in there. And there was a squash. It died. Wasn't enough sunlight. I have learned so much about gardening and what plants actually need to thrive. So I will be coming out with a very extensive video on that, guys. But this is just my garden. This is what a garden that when you're busy is going to look like. Doesn't make you a bad gardener. Everything is alive. So guys, thank you for watching my channel and thank you for putting up with me and my weird uploading schedule. Make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. It will greatly help my channel, and I will be back with another video. So hey guys, this is the harvest. As you guys can see, I have some yellow bells. I have an Englisher custard squash. I also have this gigantic basil. Let me show you guys. This is called lettuce leaf basil. Look how big this leaf is. Like, seriously. I have lettuce leaf basil. These are my ox heart tomatoes. They didn't get as big as I wanted, but they're okay. These are my kabachis. If you never grew kabachi peppers, they grow really fast and they're really, really sweet and they're very delicious. Why is this sweet Marconi this small? I'm guessing because I'm growing it with other things. So I'm going to have to be double feeding it because I feel like they're fighting for the nutrients. So the next one should be bigger. Guys, this is a rainforest chili. This is a orange lunchbox snacking pepper. Then I have, this is a shishito. Very excited about these. And shishitos, I'm noticing, are very prolific. I had a few cherries, believe it or not. The cherry tomatoes are not first this year, which is crazy. These are white cherry tomatoes. It was like 6. I ate the other ones. And this is a Bait Alpha cucumber. We had like 5 days of over 100 degrees. So normally a misshapen cucumber is what to expect if you have too much heat. And then at the very bottom, what is this? This is a shishito that ripened to red. Another sweet Marconi. If you guys don't know, you can really harvest peppers at any time and eat them. Same thing with squash. Same thing with herbs. Tomatoes, not so much. But that was the harvest, guys. So make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. And I'll be back with another video.